Well, Paul, was that exciting enough for you?
I think it was for the fans, probably. I'm not sure excitement's the first word that springs to mind for myself. I suppose we want entertainment, we want goals, but far easier to, like I say, I think, go through that in some ways as a fan. But yeah, and there are a lot of sort of mixed emotions on the evening for everyone because of the way that we found ourselves behind in that first half. And obviously, second half, a lot of joy, then a disappointment, and in the end, joy because we've got through on penalties and can look forward to the draw and see who we get next.
Let's talk about the disappointing aspect of the night first of all. The first half. What was the message at half-time? Seeing your team going 2-0 down.
Start running around more, get closer to people, be braver, get up the pitch. We know how they want to play and how we want to try and press, but we dropped too deep at times. We allowed them time to play, and then when they went longer, too often, we know that McGoldrick's a really good player, but he's just allowed to bring the ball down, and that can't be right. If we've got a good press on and he goes back to the keeper and they kick, we should be at least competing that. I don't think his movements really, he's a top player, but at the same time, I don't think he's going to run away from us over the top. And yet we still sort of dropped off as though we were worried about that. So we needed to be further up the pitch, certainly. Also, we needed to be better on the ball. I thought we actually started okay. I thought that we looked like we would get on the score sheet. But then, you give him a lift up with a poor goal from our point of view. And then we left ourselves open a couple of times by being sloppy, first and foremost on the ball. And they grew in confidence. And a team like that, you don't need to give them a leg up.
Great response, though. Second half, you had to be patient. One header against the bar from Josh Coyote, very unfortunate. But then he got you back into the game with his goal. And that was a big moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, pleased for him. As a striker, you always want to sort of get on the score sheet, and he's done that. I thought he did okay at times and can be a handful as he sort of showed. Tired, which I think again that's what I talk about, making some changes, because I trust him in terms of them being good players, but just because of when they've joined or how their sort of pre-season's gone, not everyone's up to speed yet, so kind of almost using that game to a degree. Then I thought Lloydie came on and did extremely well. But no, that was at one stage I thought it was going to be one of them nights where we should be on the score sheet, but wasn't going to be. Toto missed that one first half. I think we had another couple of efforts first half, then second half, as you said, we'd hit the bar. I think we had another chance when you think probably should score, didn't, but finally got then. And then whether that's the belief or not, but because we had started well anyway, but in fairness, the players kept pushing and ended up getting themselves an equaliser and obviously in front.
Josh took his goal well, so did Jordan Shipley for his 2 goals. What about them 2 headers?
Yeah, I don't think he scored a header for me last season, and it wouldn't be the first thing that had come into my head. But what I would say again, Chips was one of the ones that certainly got higher up the pitch. I think ran with more intent and got his rewards through getting in there. And we keep talking about this, and Tommy's the same that we speak about. If you're going to play in one of them attacking positions, you've got to make the box. Otherwise, there's no point. It can all look good outside it, but we need bodies in the box. Or unless you're going to have that real killer pass that you might get. But overall, you need people making the penalty box and moving defenders, creating a bit of havoc. And Ships, it was 2 good headers that he scored. The second one, glancing, were kind of right behind it. Jordan Roster had done great winning the ball back and good bowling. So yeah, really pleased from that point of view.
Not so pleased, I'm sure, with the equaliser for 3-3 with a couple of minutes to go, and it looked as though you were going to see it through. Yeah,
I think we defended a free kick well. Lloydie got up and then the ball was recycled from them to the other side of the pitch. I'll have to look back, so I haven't had chances yet. But that looked, I was disappointed with him being, it looked like he had too much time to get the shot off in the first place. And on a difficult night, in terms of a wet surface, wet ball, ended up, we looked like we got away with it in terms, I think it was a great block to concede the corner. And then again, I'm going to have to look back at the corner. He looked close in, but it also looked a free header. And that can't happen. When you've worked so hard to get yourself out of a hole, to then, be at risk. I think we went down the other end and had maybe a chance to win it. Like I said, I'm sure it was an entertaining game in a lot of ways for people, but that's, unfortunately, that's not exactly what I want to be stood watching, whichever one I choose to do. But that led us to penalties. Yeah,
some nice moments for some of your players in the shootout. Nice save for Toby Savin, and nice moment for Mel Benning as well to step up and send the team through. Yeah,
I mean, I felt for Harrison. I would have liked him to have obviously scored that one. Was probably inches away from it being a really good penalty. And I think overall, the quality of the penalties was excellent. Lloydie, Blocko, Mal, they all put the foot through the ball. And again, angle might be deceiving slightly from where I was watching it, but looked like they were really, really good penalties. Ships had obviously started us off with a more composed sort of penalty, if you like. So really pleased. Pleased for the chairman, because again, you're not quite sure. It's not the big money spender like the FA Cup, but you never know what can happen and where it might lead you. So we'll look forward to that, and hopefully we can get a really good draw for the football club.
Would you like one of the Premier League teams if you could have any influence?
Yeah, I think so. You just want a really big club, don't you? That hopefully will still sell a number of tickets and the fans watch it, because tonight the competition over the years has certainly kind of took a hit in terms of, you look at the attendances, and like tonight not really having too many sort of fans here overall. You're getting towards almost like a Papa John's game. So it would be great if we could go somewhere where we get, like I say, a high number of supporters in the stadium, and for our own fans, it'd be great if we could go somewhere that would be a bit of a day out for them. But who knows? A lot of teams left in it.
Thanks for your time, Paul.
Cheers, Stuart.